Kate Ward, and this is your Dickman Farms Smart Gardening Tip. And today I'm with Dick Dickman, and we're talking tomatoes. So, hello Dick.
Hey, how are you?
I'm great, how are you?
Good.
So, you've been doing some veggies for a little bit, and I know that you know some things that you want to share. So, how do I get successful with tomatoes?
Well, the first thing is when you buy a tomato, if you plant the tomato deep, all the hairs on the tomato, all those little hairs on the tomato will actually make roots. They will develop roots. So if you want that plant to develop a lot of roots, you would take that leaf off and that leaf off the plant, and then take that leaf off if you want to, because it's no good because all the flowers are way up there. Now you'll plant that plant all the way down there in the ground, and all those little hairs will turn to roots.
Now, why do I care about that?
You have more strength going into the plant because you have more roots.
Okay.
Not 2 or 3 little roots, you have a lot of roots.
Got it. So I can see that's what these little things are coming out of the side?
That's it.
Just like that? All right, so I'm going to get those all the way up the trunk.
That's right.
All right, so that's step one. What else am I looking for?
You can't be bashful because all the growth is up there. So you can do that. You can go that high, and that plant will be just fine.
Okay.
Way up to there, and let that stick out of the, and all that's going to turn into roots.
Okay.
And the strength is just tremendous because of it.
So that means if I get like a droughty summer or anything like that, I just have a huge root mass to just pull in nutrients.
You got roots like you didn't have before. And another thing that's important is it depends on what you're going to do with a tomato plant.
What do you mean?
But how you want it to grow. If you want suckers, like these little guys, and they get big, like there's suckers in here that are huge, right there. There's a sucker right there.
Well, how do I know it's a sucker?
You can see where in the little growth in between the leaves, their little suckers starting.
Oh, okay.
And you take those off. And the best time to take them off is when the plant is stiff. If you get a real hot day, you don't want to take them off, because if you do, when you pull them, then you rip that open and disease gets in the plant.
Got it.
And if you do that, then you want to pour milk on that spot.
Milk?
Milk.
What?
And that'll sterilize that.
That's cool.
Just like that.
Oh.
So then, if you want, as the plant grows, up here where all the flowers are, you're trying to pollinate that plant. And you get 2 or 3 days that are shady days and damp and so forth. They won't pollinate. You have to help them pollinate. So you can do that to them, or you can, if you want to, go back in the house and get your toothbrush, that vibrator toothbrush. Yeah,
those new ones you're supposed to be using.
And just touch it, and that'll vibrate that.
Shakes it. Got it.
Or if the plant is tall, all you gotta do is hit it.
So like one of these guys, if this was in the ground, you just give it a good whack?
Exactly.
All right.
Every day.
Is this called tough love? Is this where this comes from?
Well, do you want tomatoes or don't you?
I guess I do. So what else do I have to know? I mean, you said suckers, and this one obviously has quite a few based on what you said. There's suckers here, but so if I got this, it's a good healthy plant, but what would you recommend? I mean, this is one that we have here at the farm to do with this one.
It's a perfect plant. There's nothing wrong with it. Okay. It depends on what you want to do, what you want your plant to do, and what type of plant you bought.
What?
That's a whole different.
I bought a tomato.
Yeah, right. Well, there's so many different types of plants of tomatoes. That it depends on what you want to do with it, and also what shape of tomato you want. If you want slicing tomatoes, you have to grow one that grows round, and the calyx sits on top. That flower. This
little doohickey there.
It sits up on top. So then when you slice the tomato, you don't waste a lot of tomato. If you get the other tomatoes that are the big jumbo guys, the calyx sits down inside. And you take that first cut, you got about 1/3 of the tomato gone.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. There's like that pit.
And unless you cut that little thing out of there, that'll save your whole tomato. Other than that, why,
Now,
another trick to the whole thing is that you also know roughly when your first frost is going to be.
Yeah.
Full moon, September.
Okay, full moon September. Got it.
That's a lukewarm possibility of that first frost.
Oh.
Now.
Okay.
Also, you can take that top out of that plant. I'm not going to do it.
Okay, because it's too young.
I can take that growing top out of that plant.
And just,
and just cut that off.
Yep.
And then all the energy goes into the production of the tomato and not in growing the plant.
Because we don't have any season left. We know when it's ending.
It's over. Even if you get a shady day and after you've done it and the frost is, it won't freeze, but you're not going to get any more tomatoes anyway.
Right.
That's all you're going to get.
Got it.
Another thing you need to do is when you're harvesting tomatoes, you're harvesting tomatoes up here someplace, okay?
Yeah. So like on this guy?
Right.
Yeah.
There should be no leaves below a colored tomato. Yep. Cut them all off. Cut them all off. Cut them all off. All you've got is a bare stem.
So this would be like this, but we'd have nice colored tomatoes.
And you would have
green above.
You would have probably 10 or 15 flowers all the way down that stem.
Okay. All right. So some good tips. Anything? What about feeding?
You can't feed enough.
You can't.
You can't water enough.
Okay.
Huge.
All right, we can do it. So,
big time.
Pretty much, we'll at some point or another have naked little tomatoes. That's what I'm getting out of this. Well, poor little leaves.
Well, I'm sorry, but that's how you get the production out of the plant.
Got it. Perfect.
And also, if you don't get after those flowers and wake them up a little bit, they won't pollinate.
Okay.
So every day, another thing you can do if you got a hose, just squirt the dang thing with a hose and it'll shake the plant.
Okay, that'll do it. You'll water it.
So you've done two things. You watered it, and you're helping it grow tomatoes, pollinate.
Excellent. Well, thank you. Well, I expect a fantastic bumper crop, and I'm coming over for BLTs to your place.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good.
This has been your Dickman Farms Smart Gardening Tip. We'll see you soon.